All right, so I'm now recording. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me and can you see my screen?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
All right, let's get to the chat. Like I was saying before, the purpose of this meeting is to attend to some of the analysis, the setups you have been wanting me to help you drop for those that have been chatting. And like I said before, it's something that I can easily do, but because I have my life to live, I have 4 accounts to trade. And those who know me personally know a few things I do every day apart from trading. So I would definitely be spending time doing all of those things. That's why most times I send trades after they have happened instead of before, so you all can benefit. So even yesterday, I got a lot of chats, people asking me how much is my, what do they call it? VIP. Yeah, VIP signal and all of that. So I just told them, unfortunately, I do not offer signals. So they should try to always, join sessions or take advantage of the little I can drop. And I don't even think I would offer signals. The best I can do is drop setups, and that will mainly be for the. I don't like using the word inner circle. Should I say the people who made the effort to, go learn from me and all of that, or those who bought my book. This is not in a way to advertise the book. This is just to let you know that's what I would most likely do. Then moving forward, I'll be going to the chat now. You saw what I sent to the channel some minutes ago. I think that should be about 2 minutes ago. It's an analysis I was checking on EU. Now I will unmute everyone now. When it is your time to speak, please, what you are to do is to just tell me the pair you want me to analyze for you, so you will see if it's in confluence with yours, and I will do the analysis, giving you maybe reasons why I'm looking to trade in that direction, so you take advantage of it. So everyone now is unmuted, so speak when it is the right time. But first, I'll start by analyzing two of my favorite pairs, and you all know already I mostly trade them opposite direction, simply because DXY, if DXY is buying, Euro USD will be selling. If DXY is selling, Euro USD will be buying. DXY is the dollar index. And for that reason, I looked for something because when I analyze DXY and I'm seeing a buy, DXY is not on our MetaTrader 4, so I can't trade DXY on MT4. It's not even in any broker to trade. So instead of just analyzing it and wasting the setup according to what I believe, I look for something that is always in direction with DXY. So I would know I'm not wasting DXY setup. So that's why I added USD USD goes the same direction with DXY. So if USD is buying, Euro USD will be selling. If Euro USD is selling, USD will be buying. So that alone can be a confluence for you, for those persons who want to be trading the two. You can just, okay, if these two pairs are not in the same direction, I'm not trading. Monday, they were not in the same direction. Due to my daily bias, they were giving me opposite. Sorry, they were giving me the same, They were not opposite. So that Monday, I wasn't supposed to trade. And I think that Monday was when we had some stop loss hits when I updated it to the channel. So, because I just went against it, which is wrong. So that can be a confluence for those of you who want to trade it. If they are opposite, trade. If they are in the same direction, it can still work, but that's a signal that, oh, this is going to be a dangerous day. Be careful. Now, I would quickly, okay, let's just use one tab. This Euro USD. Now, what I did, I didn't go to any time frame. I was just on this 15 minutes. I didn't go to daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I just did the analysis here. And I know it will play out. If it doesn't play out, that's a loss for me. You get. But let me try to build a narrative from the higher time frame down to this very time frame. Because it is believed in the trading ecosystem that top-down analysis is the best. And that's how to go with pro trend. It's not something I do always. Like I just set it here now, I can take this trade and I will make money. And it's as simple as that. I don't have to go to daily 4 hour, 1 hour, 3 minutes, all of those things. It's a belief system, and it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but not. It all boils down to your personality. So I will build a narrative around it now. Let me check. Okay. Let me start by moving to the daily. The daily is the highest time frame I have here. I don't have the weekly or monthly because for now I don't want to go trades that long. Although I'm looking to add it very soon for some reasons. I hope you can still hear me. I hope you can still hear me.
Yes, Chairman, yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, that's great. Okay, the number is numbered 15 persons. Okay, now building a narrative around it. It's been long I did top-down analysis though. Now, someone want to tell you the reason I bought yesterday was because of this base here, which is the demand zone, also in the discount area, or the one they will call order block or sponsored candle. Fortunately, it was not the reason I bought, but that's a good narrative. Like I was telling, I did a class with those people who bought my book yesterday, and let me steal something from what I told them. I told them the whole reason behind your trade should be that you should build a story around it. A story that you would believe, a compelling story. Now, just a tip, if I say something like this, I'll be buying once the market, for example, those are trade support to resistance, that I'll be buying once the market comes back to this resistance, or those are trade smart money concept. So let me use a two scenario. So the support and resistance trader will give themselves reasons to buy here. The smart money concept traders will give themselves reasons to buy here. Maybe by telling you there's an FVG, there's an imbalance, different times telling you there's an order block, there's liquidity, all sorts of things. Why the support and resistance trader will tell you the market has broken this high resistance turned to support and is in confluence with a higher time frame. Maybe the trend line traders, maybe the trend line traders will give you a reason by telling you this trend line. Okay, let me just do it this way. Once this trend line is touched, they will take maybe their buy simply because that touched 1, 2, then the third touch, they'll take the buy from there. Now, whatever story you build, it's up to you, but make sure you believe it. So we'll be doing that while I analyze shortly. Whatever story I build, it might be even a different story from yours, but I believe it and I will trade it. A compelling story. I think I also wrote something like that in my book. Yeah, I did. So you can just build a story here by looking at this whole, let's say, I don't like going back that much. I use the most recent price action. Maybe you can have a nice story, break of structure, correction, impulse, correction, then a short impulse here, correction, then impulse and a correction, which means you are looking for it to break here also for those who are swing traders or whatever. So, and also the trend line trader will also have a reason to take this buy. Let's say, let me just use this trend line. For trend lines, I do not believe whether it touches wicks, it touches body. That's not, my own is reaction. As far as it reacts from that area. So those people who usually draw trend line as zones, we have something like this. 2 trend lines. And they will be taking a buy from here. So all different type of persons have reason to take their buy, and it's a story they believe. So, and there are persons currently buying this, but I'll be doing a short sell on it if it gets to my point of interest. So from this current price action now, you can see it's a pure buy, but it doesn't mean we'll end up buying on lower time frame. We are working with price action. And you must have been taught major structures and minor structures, or external structures and internal structures. The fact that this whole structure is giving us a bullish move, a bullish direction, does not mean the lower time frame is not giving us a bearish. We work with order flow, not necessarily directional bias only. The direction might be bullish, but you find yourself selling because while the market is fulfilling this daily order flow to the upside, this you know what order flows are, right? So the lower time frame will also have to fulfill its own order flow. That's why when I'm trading with my friends, I usually tell them this market is bullish, but it needs to fulfill 15 minutes order flow first before the buy start. It's more like they are all brothers. This one wants to go up, but you will find the candle doing something like this: up, down, up, down, up, down, playing around, waiting for the lower time frame to complete their move, maybe something like this. Then when the lower time frame is ready to buy, that's when you now see that candle that was forming weak, up, down, will now move up and close with a full candle. Simply because this lower time frame has completed its bearish order flow, and it's now ready to move with them in a bullish order flow. So it's as simple as that. So this current price action is bullish. There is nothing bearish here. Although this whole area is bearish on lower time frame because it's called complex pullback. A complex pullback would be a full trend on lower time frame. But on daily, we are having a bullish move here. Going to the 4 hours, I had to take time to explain that for those who want to understand it. You see, okay, let me delete this. Now, on the 4 hours, you can see while we are bullish on the higher time frame, which of course some persons will see here as strong zones, some will also see it as liquidity, hoping that the market will break here, which definitely it will when it's the right time. Now, as you can see, we are looking to buy from the daily, but from the 4 hour, the market is bearish, which I said is the complex pullback. You can see it's moving down, did the range here. I think this period killed a lot of persons, but please thank God we made money from there. So, and now it's doing something like this. So it has tapped the daily base, the demand zone, and the market needs to complete a lower time frame order flow. That's why you have not seen it shooting to the upside. What it's doing here now is completing the lower time frame order flow, which when done, it might even come back to this entry, which when done, it will unleash the movement. And the next thing you'll be seeing the continuation to the upside. So that's why it can do this till Thursday. Maybe it's Friday, it will decide to break. Or even it can do this the whole week. So we are bearish on the 4 hours, but it's now in the demand zone of the what's it called, daily time frame. So at this point, you would not be selling or buying. You would want to go to a much lower time frame to see a clearer picture of the chart. So going to a lower time frame, now, I like using the most recent price action. I've seen what is happening in the past, but I like using the most recent, more like the last 20 days or the last 1 week. So what you see here is this area is a very strong high. The market will find it hard breaking it. So, but it will definitely come there, and that would be a good area to continue this sell. But for now, let's say from here, the market is bearish, moving to the downside. Are you only looking to sell? I'll be teaching using smart money concept terms and all of that here, even though they are not my team and I don't use them. But as a smart money trader that I was and still am, that English, I don't know if it's even correct. So since the market is in a bearish order flow, now the reason I took this buy is because of the bullish order flow from the lower time frame and all of that. Now, since the market is in a bearish order flow, you'll be looking to sell only back to this point. Or this TP here now is the Asian low, which I'll show to you when I get to the much lower time frame. but it might use here to react and continue to the upside because according to smart money concept, there's a lot of liquidity up here. Trend line traders are here, they want to sell it. The supply and demand traders are here, they want to sell it. The smart money concept traders are here, they want to sell it. The QML traders are here, they want to sell it. The indicator traders, I can tell you now, the 150 EMA or the 200 EMA is here right now. Now, the indicator traders are here, they want to sell it. So what the smart money would do, when I say smart money, I mean the market makers, not necessarily the retail traders like us. What smart money would do, they would react to that area just the way you want it. And they know a lot of greedy persons have TP below here because they are waiting for it to break this structure. So it will react definitely, but would eventually come back to take it out. So those people who will be break even, those people who have buy stop or whatever they call it here, or should I say sell stop? I can't remember all of those terms. Different type of traders will be here. So what they are doing is to just lure them into the market and push it out. So I see it's all logical. You see how I'm building the story. Now this story might not be true, but I believe it, and it's the only reason I will trade it. If you don't believe it, it means you won't trade it. It's as simple as that. So I'm just building my story, logic, everything. This is what they said to do. I'm not seeing any smart money here. I'm not seeing any market makers here. I'm just building an illusion in my mind, which 90% of the time, if you check my channel, this story works. So they will definitely come take these people out because it's a bullish trend from the daily time frame. But right now, I'm working with order flow and looking to sell it to the Asian low before the market continues to the upside. So it's as simple as that. So because a lot of traders here are here, so this area is liquidity. And I told you in the last free session we did, liquidity simply means money. There is money lying there. Market moves from money to money. There is this term I use, money transfer. So the money from here was transferred to the people here. Then from here, here, and here. So a lot of money are lying in here. 90% of traders, nobody will see this move and will be looking to buy, except the people trading from daily time frame. If you are trading anything from 1 hour and below, you definitely have a sell in mind because this is a strong high. A strong high is a high that took liquidity from the left and break structure from the right. You get? So this is a very strong high, and there's every tendency it will hold. Let's go to a lower time frame and maybe I don't do 30 minutes from now. Let's go to 15 minutes. I don't go below 5 minutes. I just have those time frames there, 3 minutes and 1 minute during backtesting session to check some things. Now you see the TP is the Asian low. This is the Asian session indicator by Nicole. So there's every possibility it will come here. Now for the QML traders, this is a perfect QML. If you are using the candle close, but I just adjusted it up a bit. For the QML trader, this is a perfect QML. For the people who will be trading other blocks from the lower time frame, this is your other block from, should I say 3 minutes or 1 minute time frame? That's your other block. There's also another other block here. Another one here. Maybe let me go to lower time frame so you will see it, so that you will not think I'm just making things up. Now, can you find them? This is the other block, the first one I marked, and then the second one I marked. If you even go to even a much lower time frame, it might even be bigger than I said there. So those persons might end up. I saw a friend of mine who this sell yesterday, he missed it by 2 pips because he was using the 3 minute and 1 minute order block, which is not bad. If you're my student and you are here, you're hearing me using these terms, don't get confused. Just here explaining. So you see them here. You might further refine this to this very other block, and you might further refine this to this very one. Maybe if you want to take the week alongside. Simple as that. But I will stick to the 15 minutes for now. I might not explain every other pair like this. So any other pair you give me, I will just analyze. This is just me helping you get an understanding of it. So you will notice I'm not taking either here or here. Although there might be a refinement later, but I'm okay with here for now because of maybe the QML is very strong here. So the market might decide to weak it out. That's why sometimes you don't have to have a tight stop loss. This is a 1 to 6 risk to reward. The market moves up and just tap it like this, then move down. That's all. And you will not see me on the chart again, except I want to come to a much lower area to take a buy to the upside. So it's as simple as that. This is the story behind it. The least time frame I go to is a 5 minutes. I really do not want to go there, but let me go there now. So if you check very well, you will see why I'm using that area already. I'm not using the higher one. I didn't do the analysis with 5 minutes, but you see it here now. Now this is a strong high, but it has been mitigated. But on 15 minutes, 1 hour, it has not been mitigated. So it's no longer valid, or should I say it is still valid, but not as strong as this. So this becomes the new strong high, and this would have been a perfect entry. And the stop loss should have been above here, but you see I took it above here just to stay protected. Stop loss would have just been, let's say, 3 pips, but I expanded it to, I think, 6.5 pips. Let me edit it, 65. So that's the logic behind it. The higher time frame, everybody is looking to buy, but I'm looking to take a quick sell before the buy. And that's the beautiful thing about, I don't want to use the term day trading, but it's the beautiful thing about just sticking with your system. Now, it might interest you to know that this sell was not as a result of some of the few things I just said, but you can see they are in alignment. This sell was as a result of using my fib level. Immediately I drew it, I put my order there, finish. I didn't do any other thing. But from all the explanations so far, you can see everything is in alignment. And that's the beautiful thing about trading. Traders see the chart in their own unique way, different ways, but all same thing. So anybody who follows what I just analyzed now will get the same thing I'm getting. Anybody who also use my fib only will get the same thing I'm getting. Anybody who is using maybe the trend line will get the same thing. You know, what matters is the entry. Mind you, I didn't just start because I read structure. My daily bias told me today is sell. That's all. If it says today is buy, you will not see me doing this whole thing here. So quickly I'll switch to USD CHF. And if USD CHF is not the opposite of this, unfortunately, I would not risk much in the trade. Let me quickly build it from daily. From the daily time frame, you can see the structure is bearish. And this base would have been a perfect area to start looking for a sell. So right now, you will see it going to the upside, which means it is doing the complex pullback at the moment, which if it got here, let me just draw the full base. Inside here, it might look for one of its other block to take the sell or buy from. Sorry, the sell from. Quickly, there was something I told my student, and I'm taking it from there again, those who got my book. More like a tip. It's not something that is to be hidden. Another block is not a candle. So you must have seen me using candle, other blocks. Another block is not a candle, neither is it a base or a zone like this. No. Another block is a price level. Inside here, there's a price level that the smart money want to use to reverse. So it's better to know that price level that the market wants to use to reverse than using candles, using whatever you want to use. So you need to know the price level. This is how I pinpoint my trades. Most of my trades you see snipers. I locate the price level and I set my order there. This whole area is not their price level. Using this candle and saying other block is not their price level. Though the candle can serve as a way of knowing the price level, which is the reason you see most trades that people trade, including myself, play out, people who use those candles. So this whole base is where we are looking at this market will come to. But while it's doing a complex pullback now, a lot of patient traders will be here waiting to sell. But me, an impatient trader, when I mean impatient, it does not mean I'm not patient. It means I can't wait for it to come here when the market is moving every single day. So it's either going up or down. So I should locate where to join and take money out of it with calculated risk, because I will also take losses as well. So looking at this now, the market will most likely come here before dropping. So let's say it's currently bullish. But why it is bullish, it does not mean we will not see a sell opportunity. If I'm not seeing a sell opportunity or a buy opportunity, then I'm most likely not trade today. So while we are seeing a sell opportunity on EU, they should give us a buy opportunity as well to this point. It must be opposite of EU. Then going to the 4 hours, looking at the 4 hours, you would see this area is kind of a standalone base. So I can further refine here to here and will most likely use here as my take profit if I'm looking to take a buy. So that being said, you can see the structure here. This is strong low. So there's every possibility that the market will most likely want to come here before doing the main move. This is also a strong low. And let me just use the week only. This is also a strong low from a much lower time frame. And the market broke this structure, giving us a higher high. So there's every possibility that it will do a retracement and continue up. Meanwhile, this is a choppy market and a lot of persons will take losses here, including myself if I'm not careful. So I don't need to exempt myself. We are all traders and we trade to make money or make loss. So coming lower now, you can see the story is becoming clear. Now, this can even be refined using this area. I would even refine here to say this is an area to take a buy from. But that doesn't mean I will wait for here. It might take New York session to get here. And I want to set an order during this London and all of that. So the 1 hour is giving us kind of a choppy market that is not that clear. And for beginners, it is best to avoid these types of market. But let me quickly continue my explanation and see if we'll get something that is very clear. This is also a strong low, although mitigated. So I will be looking to use here. Let me go to the 15-minute time frame and see if that area makes sense. Of course, it did make sense. I'll be looking to use here. And this Asian high will be my take profit. And if I want to have take profit too, it will most likely be this area before even thinking of taking it to this point. So TP1, TP2. So, but looking at this whole thing, I will most likely want to have 2 entries. Because this first entry, should I say, is not guaranteed because it has a lot of liquidity built in there. So my last entry would be here. You can see it's very close. If it is close like this, you can take the 2 areas with 1 stop loss with calculated risk. This would have been a nice entry, but I don't. It will not look like I'm gambling. So I just want 2 entry areas, which of course I might not end up taking the 2 if I switch over to the 5 minutes time frame and I see a more. Okay, the first one is valid. I will not be doing the second one. The first one is valid from here. You can see the base here. It's a strong low. So I will most likely want to, let me just draw it from there. I would be using here instead, but for the sake of this class, let me increase it to this point with stop loss just below. That's 8 pip stop loss and take profits. This is 1:3. And usually I do minimum 1:5. So this is where I would not have to go for TP2. And that's 1:7 for TP2. So that's it. You can see a clear bias to the upside, buying UC and selling EU. Mind you, this might end up being a loss. So you need to understand that nobody is perfect, but this story I have built, I believe it. You might even be shocked that the market would not come here today, except there is a news. Because what I'm seeing here now, it can just continue to the upside without even coming close to this point. It's as simple as that. Let me copy this and copy the image. I mean to copy and send it to the channel. Paste it. Unmute yourself now and tell me the pair to quickly run through. I can't hear you. Sorry.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Hello?
It's the pair because of your mic.
Okay, please analyze gold. Gold.
Good.
Yes, gold.
All right.
Thank you.
For gold, I believe it will most likely be in the same direction with, should I say EU? I don't have gold here. Let me look at it. I mostly use the Forex.com because they use raw algorithm for FXCM. Okay, for gold. Quickly, let me move from the daily. The market is currently in a strong base, which can be broken anytime simply because it is standalone base. And sometimes standalone base are strong but are not strong enough. And from here, you see it took out this high, even though doing a complex pullback to continue the bullish trend. So it took out this high. Um, I'm not used to markings. If not, I would have been marking it and be labeling it. Let me see if I can do that. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I still have the US template. US. So it broke it, came back for a complex pullback. This complex pullback is a bearish trend from the lower time frame. Although we are expecting that the market will react to this point, which of course it will do to complete the double bottom before coming to take it out as liquidity, because a lot of people have trades there. It might not even go as far as I just predicted. It might just use one candle and the next day break it, so that a lot of traders will be trapped in there. But while we are seeing a bullish move, just like I said, it will be like EU. We might end up getting a sell here. That will bring us to the 4-hour time frame. Looking at it from the 4-hour time frame, this price action is currently bearish. The market is currently in a downtrend. This was a major BOS that happened here. After it was broken by here, I wish I trade gold. This would have been things I would have eaten since. But I don't trade gold. I'm looking to start soon. So the recent price action is a bearish market, although the market is trying to shift bias to bullish from this very time frame. And why it has not shifted the bias, we might find trading opportunities around here. Let me go to 1 hour. Let's see. The goal is not to catch the whole move in the market. The goal is just to take. See, if you have a system that gives you 10 pips every day, or let's say 3 times or 4 times in a week, you will be filthy rich. The thing is, be consistent with that 10 pips, and with time, increase lot size. As simple as that. Rather than banks do 10 pips every day. If it makes loss, it's fine. When you increase lot size, 10 pips can be any amount to you. It can be $10, it can be $1, it can be $100, can be $1,000, 100,000, 1 million. It can be any amount depending on how much you have grown. So don't worry about catching the whole market move. Just catch the little you can. So from the 1 hour, you can see these various this sometimes we were taught while starting Forex, when you see things like this, avoid the market. The market is currently showing you signs and you want to avoid it. You'll be told choppy market, this, although they are right, it's in a way to protect you from taking unnecessary losses. But you need to build an understanding around the chart and know when to trade. If you see a setup, if you don't see it, you avoid the market. You don't avoid the market because of what it's said. You avoid the market because your setup is not clear. So looking at this now, I'll most likely I would have taken my first sell from here if I was to be trading this very area. It will be refined if I go lower, but this would have been where I would have taken my first sell. I would refine it down to this point shortly. But right now, I'll be looking to take another sell before the buy. But we might get to a much lower time frame and it will be giving us a buy with this current price action, and the bias will be changed. So going to the 15-minute, refining this to be further refined on the 5 minutes. Now this would have been a nice sell area for me because it is today and a sharp one. And one of my colleagues, I guess, will be buying it from here. So, but for us, for those who understand liquidity and who are always looking for liquidity, you would see that this is giving you a good liquidity area. This area would not hold. The market is coming back. It might react to it, but it will not hold. So that means refining this lower, which of course I'm not supposed to, but using the open close, this will be good. And finally, from the 15 minutes time frame, sorry, I'm just kind of being in a haste, so if you had refined this lower by using this area, I would have caught this sell. But unfortunately, I don't trade gold. So that sell is gone. Let me delete this. The market might still come to react to this point. So looking at this whole thing, I think this area are kind of valid because, liquidity must be very close to your point of interest. If not, your point of interest would not hold. So this is the liquidity and it should be very close to your point of interest. Else it might not hold. So this area would most likely be the area to sell. You can use, let's go to 103 pips. Is that 103 equal to 10? I think there should be a decimal place. Yeah, it should be equal to 10. Then use the Asian low. That's 1 to 6. Looking at this trade. So instead of, oops, is that network? It should be. Unplug my Wi-Fi. Give me a minute. So instead of saying, okay, for me now, I will most likely want to be here to be safer at this point, but the market might just take out here. But you can decide to put your entry here and your stop loss above. But I personally prefer here because this area will most likely not hold. The only reason that it might hold is because of this QML here, which would be a perfect reason for it to hold, and there's liquidity below it. But I personally prefer this area. For you, you can decide to give the 2 area a try or just use, for those people who are comfortable with, this is a 20.9 pip stop loss. And this 1:3 for those people who take 1:3. I personally prefer minimum 1:5. So this is 1:6 and I might just reduce it to this low, still 1:6. So I personally prefer here. This is also a strong area you'll be looking to take a sell from, but I would pick just one. There's no need having multiple areas. So this is the area I'll be looking to take a shot from if I am to trade this gold. And if my stop loss get hit, that's fine. I go another day. Let me just highlight this area for those who would want to take another sell from here. You should learn to stick with bias also. If your bias is sell, do not just switch to buy immediately because it has hit your stop loss. No. If this sell doesn't work, it does not stop you from selling from here. Have your point of invalidation. If this is your point of invalidation, then fine. You would only stop selling if the market breaks here. As far as it has not broken here, this is something Jeff does that most of you don't know. As far as it has not broken, you will see him close loss of $100,000, and the next trade he's using to make $300,000 is still a sell. But he closed loss of 100,000 from a sell. The next trade is using to make 300, 600. It's still a sell. Why? Because his bias has not been validated. So if this is your invalidation point, then you can still take a sell until this place is broken. Then you look to not take sell anymore. Meanwhile, do all of this with calculated risk, else you blow off your account. So personally, I'll be looking to take the first sell here. And if I have the opportunity, I might take another sell here if this doesn't hold. But for now, let's stick with this. Let me copy this and send it to the channel. Please, next person, unmute yourself and let me know the pair you want me to analyze. So we can find
AUD USD.
AUD USD.
Yes.
Sorry, coming. I'm meeting others. It's because of this, some of this move. That's why sometimes I don't trade or this kind of positive correlated pairs. Because everything is in the same direction. Gold, I'll be seeing a sell, AUD USD, I'll be seeing a sell, and before you know, everything sells. If the market decides to go against me, I'll make loss in everything. So I prefer to do something that's random. So if one is a loss, the other one might not be a loss. Forex. Oh, I have AUD USD here. Let me use another one. Sorry, I'm not using my existing ones. I think I have some tools in it that I do not want to open. These are my indicators for those people who want to make use of them. This one is for this name. This one is the ICTQ zone. I only use it when I'm backtesting. It shows me the session I'm in. Asian, London, New York. This one is for this Asian range. I only also use it while backtesting, but I turned it on because of this session. So that's all. In case you want to make use of them. AUD USD, building the same narrative quickly. I will do that very quickly. You already know how I'm building it, so I might not be saying much about it. So just watch as I do it. Standalone base, which can also be called breaker block for those people trading ICT smart money. Simple. Market has liquidity here, will most likely push to the upside. That's taking this low, grab liquidity, and will most likely continue. And you must know when market takes liquidity, the next thing it does is reverse because it has taken the money it needs. But this other flow is currently bearish, so we'll most likely take a sell or not to break this area. You get, so this area is kind of strong. And looking at this most recent price action, this is a high, strong high, and this also is strong high, and the market is currently approaching an area we most likely sell from. So I personally would want to sell from area as this. I'm moving to the 1 hour. This is the area. Let's see if we can shift it. Now we are trading inside the demand of the daily. Now, usually you were taught in smart money concept that inside the demand of a daily, you wait for a change of character. and buy. That's a general belief, and you should learn to go against the crowd. Do your thing the way it works. Do your thing the way it works. I told you guys yesterday in my channel, my bias for yesterday was sell, but one of my students posted a sell, but I was buying. That buy was from day before yesterday, so I was supposed to close it. What did I do? I was telling my friend, I just wanted to try something new. While the clear bias, they say, I added more buy, added 4 more buys simply because I told my friend, I want to do opposite what everybody is doing. That was the only reason for that trade, not because I had a strong reason to add more positions. You get? So looking at this now, for New York, I'll most likely say here. For London, it's already playing out. Here's the area I'll most likely want to sell for London. I will refine it on lower time frame market, will touch it. But let's not go there yet. We'll go lower to the lower time frame to check it. But you can see the other flow is bearish. And while people are waiting for change of character to buy, you might take profit already from your sell. And you can even join the buy as well. So you can see we are now trading below here. I will most likely put my TP in this Asian low and catch the move. So looking at this whole thing now, it's not even yet clear. This area is still okay. The market would most likely still push up. So no need to panic. So looking at this whole thing now, 2 areas that the sell are valid. If the sell breaks here, it becomes invalid. Just change bias immediately. This area is valid. To take a sell quickly. This 4 pips, you might want to increase it to this area, this 8 pips, to stay protected. So, and coming to this Asian low, that's 1:6, and I'm very okay with that. Remember, I do minimum 1:5, and those persons who would also want to have a second sell before their area gets invalidated, this 18 pips, and because 18 pips is much, there will be a need to refine this. But if you feel okay with 18 pips, going for 1:3.9, most 1:3, 1:4, that's also fine. But going here now, let's see if we can do something. Okay, let me refine it from H4. H4 is not giving a good refinement. Let me see H1. H1 is kind of clear, but not that clear. Let me try 30 minutes. Still same thing. 15 minutes. Same thing. 5 minutes. So don't do what do they call it? Refinement that much that you will miss a trade. Now, if you see refinement going long like this, you can just decide to stick with it and take the whole area as your stop loss. But looking at this now, even if I want to refine this would have been the perfect area, but this can lead to you missing the trade. This would have been the perfect area to reduce your stop loss to 6.9 p. You can just leave it at 7 p, which will make this area now to become 70. Or let's say 75, 7.5 p. And that's more like a 1:11. That's much, so we can just reduce it to this point. And this 1:4, which is also good, 16 pips. And you can decide to reduce it to 15 pips. That's 150. So it's as simple as that. Either you sell from here, you will notice this area is more like it's playing out already. And some of you will panic to join, which is fine if you are joining with calculated risk. But if it's not calculated, just be patient. If you miss the trade, it's fine. You have 5 trading days in a week. The time I'm using to analyze here now, you might be shocked. I will miss all my trades today because I've not set any penny order. But it's fine for me. Today is just Wednesday, and I still have Thursday and Friday to trade. And I've traded Monday and Tuesday. I made profit and placed withdrawal this morning. So that's it. It's as simple as that. Let me take a screenshot of this now and send it to the channel. And send. I will edit them later and put the names. Let me just be sending for. Next pair, please. I I will have a few more minutes here.
Yeah, please, can you run a check on USD JPY?
Here's the what?
USD JPY.
Oh, okay. My former favorite has been placed. Check what's happening here. USD JPY should be opposite of EU, and I stopped trading it because suddenly it started going in the same direction with EU. So I replaced it with USD CHF. But let's see what we'll get. It's obvious the price action is bullish, and this became the major break of structure, which now turns the market to be bearish. So it came down and now is doing a complex pullback from the daily time frame. So you most likely want to take your trade when it comes to this base area, which looking at this open close high has already touched it, and it has formed a doji candle there, which is an indecision candle. But it's a decision to us because you see, I told you liquidity must be very close to your point of interest. So this is a liquidity more like the two previous pair we analyzed or so. So it grabbed it already and has come to this point. So it will kind of shift down a bit. Even if it wants to go up, it will come to at least this week here. But we might not trade it to this point because it will take up to 2-3 days to get to this point. Our goal is to trade what is happening today, and every single day trade what is happening. And if that makes you a day trader, fine. Okay, looking at this current price action from the what's it called, 4-hour time frame, the market is bullish from the 4-hour order flow. And after a break of structure, impulse correction, impulse. What are you expecting? Impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. Market moving waves. So everybody knows this, but they don't know when it's going to happen. Where will it get to? Where will it reverse? And nobody is perfect at doing it, but with the little knowledge we have, we would do it and see how it goes. So we will be expecting a retracement. This is you trading a pullback now, but not continuation. So what I'm seeing here right now, market will most likely want to come for a retracement because of this bullish order flow. So coming to the 1-hour time frame, let's see what the 1 hour is saying. Now, the 1 hour is now giving a clear move that this market will go down simply because it has done something like this, bullish retracement, complex retracement here, then took it to the upside. You know, this kind of things here, only news can cause this move, I kid you not. This is how I trade fundamental for those who care to know. With this kind of thing, I know a news is coming and I would be ready for it without checking the calendar. As simple as that. Now, this is what this is also doing now. This move, usually, after a strong high like this, as you know, a strong high is a high that grabs liquidity and broke a structure. After a strong high like this, but it is expected that this breaks this structure, but it didn't break it. It got to this open close high, and it wants to pull back. So we know that based on what the market always does, not based on what we were taught, it's supposed to come at least to this point or middle of it or break it. So now it's going back to give us an opportunity to join the trade. So it's now giving you signals to sell. But we going to 15 minutes time frame, you might be seeing something bullish there. And if I see something bullish, I don't mind buying. The thing is, when you are trading against the trend, have the trend in mind and have opposite zones in mind. This is a zone, and this most likely is another zone. So I'll have them in mind in case I'm now going against stronger zones. I'll be aware. Coming to the 15 minutes time frame, that's taking the Asian low and immediately started reversing. This is cool. That means it will take the Asian high, definitely. So this week becomes, I think there's another block here, although it's not as strong as it's supposed to. So if you want to sell, it should be from this top, although there is an entry inside this point, which will only be gotten from, give me a minute, let me check the 4 hours for something from this point I just marked. Okay, I've seen it. This area is strong, but I'm not looking to take any trade from there. If I want to take a trade at all, it should be from here. Sorry, that's the buy tool. It's strong, but I don't need to catch all the move. If you know premium and discount pricing, you would know you should not be trading from middle. Simple. This is what I'll be looking to do. And if the market comes here, I kid you not, I'll take this back. I'll take this back. 1 to 6.
Why?
I'll take the buy, definitely. If it comes here, I'll take this back. But with the look of things, it's going to the upside. And then while this sell is valid, I will not be looking to take it. This is where I'll be looking to take the sell. Let me reduce this a bit to this point. So for you now, just look to sell it instead. Forget about the buy. But if you have the lever or the appetite, the risk to take the buy, fine, you can have a buy limit there. And mainly get to your TP to shift up a bit, take liquidity and enter your sell limit and comes to your take profit. You can see it's like I'm speaking jargons because it's as if I own the market. Why would market just come like this, do this, go up, do this? Yeah, it's just an illustration, so it must not happen that way. You get? So let me take a copy of this and post it to the FISO. It's kind of weird that I'm analyzing this way. See how long it's taking to analyze one pair. This is something I will just sit down and do in less than 2 minutes. I'll just use my tool. But it's fine to build a story. So next pair, please. I think we should take 2 or 3 more and round up. And if I didn't touch your pair, I'm sorry. Maybe next time we'll read. So let's get 2 more or 3 and round up. If you want me to help you analyze any pair, please kindly mute yourself.
In the deeper.
I didn't hear that.
Yes, sir. How? Sorry. Okay.
Which pair, sorry, again?
Well, everyone was quiet. On the D card.
NZD card.
Yes.
Okay, boss. Okay, Chidima, welcome. I didn't see you in yesterday's meeting. I hope you have watched the video. There are people willing to sell from here right now. I might even be one of them. But this place is more valued. NZD card. New Zealand. You should move with USD CHF and guess, but let's see. I've traded this thing. No, I don't think I've traded this pair. I have not touched it. So looking at it from the daily time frame, you don't always need to start from the daily, but just using the general thing with low top down. As always, standalone base, reacting from it and pushing to the upside after taking liquidity. So the push might come as high as getting to, should I use this? Okay, let's say this open high close, which is breakup block. But so you see what I'm trying to, should I use the word guess? Sometimes you face these things as well. It doesn't have to be beginner or professional. You would see so many areas you don't even know which one to take. So you need to work with your instinct as well, or build a tool that will help you. If I'm using my flip tool now, I will not be doing all of this. So it will come as high as reaching that point. So coming to the 4-hour time frame, market is already kind of, it has broken structure, which is a sign that it will most likely go bullish. But breaking structure is not enough sign. You need to have other confluences. Like you all know, you can have your liquidity confluence, have your inducement confluence, you can have your multi-time frame analysis confluence, the indicator confluence, trend line confluence, support and resistance confluence, the line chart confluence. At least have 2-3 confluence before you take a trade. So looking at this now, I would even adjust it to this point as a strong high, and the market will most likely get there with the way it's doing. So, and it's currently reacting from a base area. What are we going to do now? The price action here is currently bearish, although the overall trend is bullish, but we'll work with the current order flow because market needs to complete it before moving with a higher time frame order flow. Now, after a break of structure, like I explained earlier, what are you expecting? A retracement before you continue buying. So there was a break of structure here, which we call BOS, or BMS, or B, whichever break of market structure or break of structure. Let me see if I here. BOS or BMS, anyone. And after a break of structure, now a break of structure is a liquidity grab. For those who do not know, whenever, if you have between weak and strong highs, there's a weak high, strong low, anywhere here. So the side is taking out, the market is currently bullish, the highs are weak. If it is currently bearish, the lows are weak. So there's a possibility it will grab this liquidity because there are a lot of sellers here. Liquidity is money, I told you. So there's a lot of money here. It will take the money. After taking the money, then it will come back to form another area to take money. There's also money here. You can also take this money. And everybody will think it's now bearish. Break of structure is here. Simple. Then it will come here again, react to it, and break it. Now everybody now think the money is here. Everybody is looking to buy here now. Now this is how the whole thing works. It's logic. Everybody looking to that. Every area in the market has buyers and sellers. So the market might also just react to this area, give them hopes, and break it. Why? Now the people who will be happy are the head and shoulder traders. Now saying, oh, now it's a head and shoulder pattern. Now I trade. Meanwhile, the other block traders here are in loss and all of that. So everybody, and the next thing now, a lot of persons will be buying from here, and the next thing it will come like this and probably break down a bit. The people here will make a little money if they don't close, and the people here would make loss if they are not careful. But the trend line traders will be happy this time because it's touched their trend line, and boom, they made money and all of that. Meanwhile, the market, it doesn't even care whether you are making money or not. It doesn't even care about your zones. It's creating its own liquidity that it will use later because the next set of trend line traders, other block traders are here. So this is how the market just moves. It's using the same thing over and over again. And the next thing, after grabbing that liquidity now, it might just now, let's say it's grabbed the liquidity to this point a bit, just break it a bit, hit their stop losses, then come down and do something like this and goes to the upside. Now the inverted head and shoulder pattern people are now happy. First it was this guy. Now the inverted head and shoulder pattern people are happy because it came and it took a trade here. Meanwhile, the next trend line people are here waiting for the next touch to take a trade. Now you see how simple it is. The next trend line people are here waiting to take the buy from here, which will definitely work. And the next thing. So you see this structured team market is bullish, bearish, blah, 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 blah. No, I don't do structure uptrend, downtrend. No, I just want to see what the market intent is. What are they doing? It's not my business whether it's bullish or bearish. My business is what are they doing? So I look to take money from there. Simple and straightforward. The next set of persons who might take this trade might be people that are here. Meanwhile, the other block traders here are taking out. And that becomes what the smart money calls inducement, and boom. It's as simple as that. That's what I've been doing since, not necessarily because I'm saying this area is bullish, this area is bearish. This is just what a takeaway for you, for those who would want to go and backtest this. You know, I can continue this thing the whole day, and you would notice one simple thing. You would notice the market is going up like this. So that's when people say it's bullish or bearish, or you will notice the market is coming down like this. So if it continues this way, maybe the next set of persons here make profits, then go up again, and take them down, go up again. The next thing you will notice, this market is bullish, but it's not. And the Wyckoff people who trade Wyckoff, I think they understand this quite better. So nothing is new in the market. So I wonder people saying this or that. A market that has been here for over 500 years, you are forming mastery or you are forming whatever it is that you are forming. No, just trade. Just trade. Find your areas, trade. Forget the hype or the noise. So looking at this now, let me quickly analyze it and find a way to round up. This area is currently reacting from. This area is currently reacting from. And the people who are selling here now, they'll definitely make profits. So it's give and take. Make loss or make profits. So they will definitely make profit. And the market, if the market respects here and comes down to this point, that's massive for them. And if I had been one of them trading this pair, that's massive for me as well. It comes to this point, that's 1:6. But it has already started and we will not trace it except he wants to wait for a pullback from the 5 minutes time frame. But if we have to follow the bullish trend, this area, sometimes I find it very strong. This kind of candles that are full of, in this place now, sometimes market might just use it, react and buy. And while also other blocks traders are also here waiting, which also is in alignment with the QML traders or the people trading the buy side or sell side liquidity. Fine. So everybody is to make money once this plays out. So when the market comes here, you might be waiting, although this might take till New York or even till tomorrow for market to come here, for you to take your trade from here to at least this point. And the people who wants to trade here, the stop loss below here, it might take till tomorrow or later today to come here because this is just the 1 hour time frame. This 1:6, this 1:11. Everybody will make money, depends on where it reacts from. We don't predict, we react. This is just an analysis. So over here, the market is trying to create a strong high. If it breaks this low and does something like liquidity and comes back, you might be looking to join the sell. But for now, it has already started and it's dangerous to join, except you just want to risk your money, which is fine. The risk can still play out. And congratulations if it does. So that's it here. Simple and straightforward. These two areas are the areas anyone would want to buy from. Although this is Asian the middle of Asia, which is also kind of strong. And this is the Asian low. We're supposed to be take profit for the sell. But life is risk, trading is risky, so you will not protect your capital to the extent you refuse to make money. So the risk is worth it. Calculated risk. Don't risk too much. Just set an amount you are willing to risk for the trade. Simple as straightforward. You can see it now. Simple as straightforward. So, and straight. Is it straight again? Forgotten that it is straight. Yeah. So let me take a screenshot of it now and send to the channel. But looking at this from the 5 minutes time frame, it's actually a nice opportunity to sell if it gives what I'm seeing now. If it breaks here, if it appears here to grab liquidity here because there are buyers here, the 1 minute and seconds, they have buy limit here because the market has broken structure, break of structure, retracement, continuation. But it doesn't mean you should be scared. I've seen people selling and I'm buying. So the best thing you would do, don't go to social media to check people's trade until you are done trading. Else, you will be forced to close your trade even if you're right. So there are people buying here now. So what you do most likely do if you want to join this sell that's currently happening, you just wait for liquidity to be grabbed, market to hit their stop loss, and which will now be a break of structure for you. And you most likely want to take yourself from here and join the current people who are selling. Mind you, this area might not hold if it does not have its own liquidity, just the way this one is doing. So watch out for liquidity if you want to join this sell. I don't trade this pair, so I can't guarantee this sell right now. You have to master the pair to understand its movement. But let me take a screenshot of the buy that I've analyzed and send to the channel. If you are trading a zero spread account, those people trading spread accounts, always add 1 pip or 2 pips to your entry and add 2 or 3 pips to your stop loss. So it will not hit your stop loss and it will not start going in your direction, or you will not miss the entry with a few pips. Add 2 pips to your entry, 3 pips to your stop loss. That means you should have 5 pips reserved to add to your trade. That's an advice if you can choose to work with or not. Can put your eyes on this trade. Some of them might not play out today. Buy some weed. How many have I sent so far? Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I hear from Philip.
Yeah, easy boy, I can hear you.
How is it doing?
You want me to analyze a pair? I can hear you. Hello?
Okay, good morning, sir.
Yeah, Victor, what's up?
Please, I want you to analyze the USD JPY.
Where's the what?
USD JPY.
JPY?
Yes.
Oh, I've analyzed the cards. Check the channel, you will see it. I think it should be number 5, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5. I've analyzed it. Yeah.
Number 5, okay.
Easy boy, what's up? I can hear you.
Yeah, I was asking whether this section is it being recorded?
Is it what?
Is it being recorded?
Yeah, it's recorded and I will upload it to my YouTube channel and send you guys it. And please, if you are here, you can give me a favor by subscribing. And I'm looking to resume it.
All right, I'll be happy to see that.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, please drop the YouTube channel link on the Telegram channel, please.
Yeah, I will send it to the general channel.
Okay, thanks.
If someone is speaking, I know a lot of you have questions. Maybe in the next session I will have here, I will be able to ask your questions and I will verify it for you. I know you have seen more content on the internet. See, the advice I would give to anyone is to spend time with the chat. The information online are not bad. They are all cool. They are all they were meant to help you, but you need to find your unique thing with them. I learned to start knowing by visiting people's channel up and down. I know there are a lot of videos on YouTube. I did not watch them. That's the truth. I visited on my channel, people's channel up and down and back testing their charts. I don't just want to watch videos. That was how I learned smart money. That's why you don't see me using smart money terms all the time. I don't label my charts because I didn't watch a video that was telling me this BOS, this BMS, this FVG, and the rest. I didn't watch a video telling me that. That's why I don't label. So you can do yourself a favor. It is you versus you. Simple. Not you versus anyone. I see a lot of you guys, maybe not you guys, a lot of people, when somebody posts, you go to their comments wanting to correct their trade. What's their business? Imagine somebody coming to my, should I say, comment to correct my trade that I was taking from Monday till now. The truth is, Friday I made a withdrawal. Today I made a withdrawal. Did your correction make me money? No. That's just the truth. It's me versus me trading to help myself and for financial freedom. Welcome, Newton. We're about to close. Thank God you are here. I would allow you now to round it up. Maybe you can give them some words of wisdom. My colleague is here, Mr. Newton, a verified star man. Mr. Newton, you can take over now.
Thank you for the opportunity. Well, I'm just coming in. I don't know where we are, where we are coming from.
Enjoy the late. Done. I wanted you to give them some words of wisdom.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Currently, the reason I wasn't in the class actually was because I was trying to just limit the info I'm getting from the net. It's quite distracting these days. I find it very distracting. So I just turned on my data right now when I saw the class. So I don't really have much to say. I guess my boss here has done a lot, and though I hope you will drop the recorded video because I would like to go through it.
Yes, sir, I will. Yes, sir, I will. Yes,
okay, I would love to go through it. Thanks for that. So I guess the thing I have to say right now is keep doing what you are doing, keep putting effort, keep showing up. One day you will be pleased, you'll be happy what you did, and also one vital thing I'm going to say right here, which I'm just currently noticing. Don't care about other people's results. Do your thing. Just do your thing. Keep doing your thing. Forget about people, what they are doing, results they are getting, the strategy they are using. All those are just noise. They are noise. Learn what you are learning. Focus on it. Keep doing it, and I promise you, it will be worth the ride. So according to what the reason I came to Telegram actually was to check the charts, my Dr. Minder trading charts for today. So, and I guess he has done a lot also. It's good. That's one thing I'll tell you is good. One thing I've learned from him is if you are doing a particular thing, just find your way around it and just find your own personal, your own unique thing about it, your own unique way. It might teach you, it might tell you something or teach you something or do some. Go to just try, do that thing, find your own unique way approach towards it. God created everybody in his own unique way. That's one thing I can tell. So you can see some persons making thousands of dollars before you even wake up, making millions of dollars. They have their own track record. They have already done their own and all of that. So don't be disturbed by other people's results and all of that. So that's one thing I've come to realize. Blow the noise. Just blow the noise. Focus on your chart. Do what you're doing. So that's all I have to say for this now. Thank you guys. Thank you for the opportunity, Dr. Mindai. And I hope to go through the videos also.
My boss, I really appreciate.
Thank you, sir.
Please, limitless epic. What is your Twitter handle?
You said?
Your Twitter handle, please.
For my Twitter handle, okay, I'll send it to the channel, the general channel.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, like my guy has said, that's the plain truth. Filter the noise. Filter the noise. That's the only thing you just need to do. I'm very big on purpose. Some of you who know me, who are members of my foundation, where I teach on purpose, like this night now, I have a class by 8 to 9:30 p.m. teaching them on God's idea of creating the earth. So you see, I'm very big on purpose, and I don't like when people just go with the crowd without finding their uniqueness. I really do not like it. So that's why you can see, like my colleague has said, find your unique way of doing whatever you have been taught. You get the goal of teaching you a thing is for you to sit down and refine it to your personality. You can still be using the same terms, the same everything. Now, I trade smart money concept, but in my own way. My smart money concept is different from the way I learned it. It's as simple as that. So I can say I'm a smart money concept trader, fine. But it's not the way everybody is trading it. The same thing with the guy that I just spoke. As close as we are, he has his own unique way of trading his own. And I would not tell him, we don't even trade the same pairs. I would not even tell him to come and be trading mine or to come and be using my style. No. So it's as simple as that. So you do the same for yourself. Even my students, I tell them when I teach you back test, if you need me to join you in your back testing session, let me know so you find your unique way of doing these things. So you know that peace of mind when you place a trade and you are not scared, because this is not a template that was given to you. This is a template that was refined by you to fit your personality. So why should I be scared trading when it is not something that was given to me? Because you don't even trust if that person is correct. You don't even trust if that person is right. You get, so find your unique way, and don't forget this analysis I've done. Watch the video yourself, backtest it, and try to find out what is inside. Also, don't forget you can buy my book to assist you in all of these things. You get. Then there was something I wanted to say before I end this meeting. I don't know why it's escaping me. I needed to say something to you guys about a particular thing. I think I've kind of forgotten it a bit now. So I will upload the video, and our next session I will let you guys know where you get to ask me all the questions you need to ask about anything that is bothering your mind on the internet. The internet is a very wide space full of so many information that are relevant or both irrelevant. I usually say some time ago, information can save you, and information can also destroy you. It's destructive. And if you don't get the right one, you don't follow everybody. You follow. I was in a Twitter space yesterday. I saw one Twitter space. They wrote how to pick or how to succeed in mentorship in trading. So I had to quickly join to hear what they were saying. And I learned a lot from there as well. They were teaching how to pick one person. If you like their pattern, follow that person. Instead of picking, today you will see, for example, Jeffrey Benson dropped a video on how to do technical analysis. You run to watch it. Abby will drop a video. You run to watch it. Kama will drop a video. You run to watch it. ICT will drop a video. You run to watch it. You just want to be everywhere. You have somebody that when they stay glued to their channel, stay glued to whatever they are doing, and always let them know you appreciate and admire them. I have people I do that to. I send them message every week, at least once a week, to let them know how much I admire what they do and how they motivate me and how I want to be like them. So it's a way of just, you guys, so that's it. You guys should take that into consideration, and that will bring us to the end of this session. Don't forget to check this trade, set a limit orders if you need to. And if you want to wait for confirmation, if you have one, please do. It's very important. And if you need to take a break today to backtest everything we have done, please do take it and backtest it. For example, now I might not trade today again because I have other things to do. Or if I want to trade at all, it will just be setting an order on EU or UC with low risk. Then tomorrow I resume fully. You get? So that's it. I will stop sharing my screen now, end the recording, and send it immediately. Please give me a minute. Let me take a screenshot of this before you guys start leaving. Okay. Come in. Shift up. Thank you. I've done that now.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Mind. God bless. Wishes you a more profitable.
Amen. Thank you very much. Please share my channel link so that more people can join. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, great man.
Yeah. You have a nice
Thank
day.
you very much, sir.